There we go, how's that? I exist. I exist. Or do I? You never know, I could just be like a figment of your imagination. No audio. Yeah, I think I fixed it. W. Yes, what do you want? Oh, he wants cuddles. Should I turn the light on? Nah, I think I look. At least you can see me. Like, that's all that really matters, if I'm being totally honest. Although I got the cheap and crappy ones, but we don't talk about that. Okay. Continue. I hate this name so much. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favourite journalistic reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. I tore my rotor cuff less than 2 weeks ago. What's a rotor cuff? Oh, that looks painful. Alrighty, before you go, SBO and I wanted SBO and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? Rotating. Huh. There's no such thing as crappy with Audio Technica. I just give you a HUD. No, these ones are actually crappy. They're already falling apart. Then again, I've had them for like 3 years, so like, I guess it makes sense that they're falling apart. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective needs help. The detective pair needs help from the birthday girl. Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. Audio Technica is a quality brand, it's a professional brand. Yeah, but like sometimes, you know, like with all products, you get ones that don't exactly last as long as they should. I think the stuff I got was just either faulty or because I got the cheaper versions a little bit less high quality in terms of make. Because my fucking arm for my mic, for example, has not worked since the day I bought it, and I just could not be fucked taking it back. Because like the actual the Goodwill pins. No, I actually bought it brand new from the store. Also, we don't have Goodwill in Australia. We have other stores. But the actual is your stream window supposed to keep you in? Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Oops. I clicked the wrong. I was on the wrong scene. Thanks for putting that out. Otherwise, it would have just stayed on just chatting the whole time. Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you. And quick. That's creepy. The way she's just smiling while saying that. Tails looks terrified. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? Bye, Mins. Oh, shit. What the R34 am I looking at? An official Sonic the Hedgehog game. An actually official game. It is crazy that they actually released this, but, you know, why the fuck not? But this game is actually official and I love it. Oh, this was released almost a year ago. A year ago from tomorrow. This is an official game. Yep. This was an April Fool's Day game for 2023. Though it is just like me to be playing a game late. Right, the birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. Yep, it is official by second. Yep. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved. I'd kill for chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio the Poet. Wait, hang on. You're licensed to handle raw meat? Sounds a bit sus. Poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader. Meant to challenge our delicate perspective from the most rhythmic of prose. Yes, English. Can I hear some? Sure, oh. Hang on. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la. Dee 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 dee. What? Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Amogus and I are currently crawling around in my attic, running all my network cables and upgrading to Cat 7, even though it's more just for stability. When I get my new ISP hooked into the house. Fine. For some reason, YouTube chat now has like a button to show emojis. So now I like part of everyone's messages are getting cut off and it's super disorienting. Especially when I already have issues with my vision and understanding text. Yeah, why not? Marcus and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy actually. When we were all sent off, Rogue, Blaze, Shadow and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rogue? What happened? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rogue came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. Why, Cat 5 and Cat 5E are still quality for houses. Cat 7 and Cat 6 and Cat 6E are still quality for large corps. Cat 7 is kind of overkill, especially for a house. Well, I mean, like, if you're running a server and shit like that in your house, you kind of want as overkill as possible. Like, if I could, I would also be running Cat 7 through the house. Just because I would need it for my server. And it increases stability and whatnot. Yeah, so I know networking. I really don't. I'm really terrible with networking. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. But she went left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rogue left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him, then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. Even Cat 6 is sustainable for servers. It's cheaper than Cat 7, but Cat 7 might be the better option in that one situation. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. I sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just going to peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. Yeah, Knuckles killed Sonic and is trying to frame someone. Shh, don't spoil it! I said it like I don't already know the ending. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. Someone actually spoiled this game for me in the last few days, but I'm just like, ugh, I don't really care. I'm just going to keep playing it. I have at least a basic idea of what the ending is like, so it's, I don't know. Just gonna keep playing through it though, like I don't know what's actually happening. What we're looking for is any evidence. I don't know the ending. I'm gonna be accusing people raw here. Fair. I think we had someone last week who was like so adamant that Amy is the one who's the bad guy. And I love it. It's so funny. Amogus killed Sonic. There's an imposter. I am the imposter all along. The real imposter was the friends we made along the way. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio is actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Right, let's see what we can look at. There's so much we can look at. Okay. It's on this side. Bookshelf. Okay. Let's look at this. Ooh, brochures. There are travelers' destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caravans, hotels. Oh. Among Us, look at this. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Books on ground for plot. Nah, leave it. Oh, haha. Yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. I'll find someone who shares my fondness for caves one day. A chair hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little Cheo's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. If this Cheo can stick to these principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right? Definitely not, but like, most of those posters have no thought put into them. Into books. So many books in the ground. I wish I had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up, but Rogue pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behaviour. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. And poor thing, that arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Hi! Let's just leave it alone to do this thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that again. Oh, go away. Shows an option to just not. Oh, Chaos Color, check out Book Club. Book of the Month, Gone Gal. Actually, let's do an advertisement, get that ad revenue. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. How are you, Ray? These chairs are very comfy, so plush, puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes for a bit. Amogus, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. What? How many times has a murder ruined my nap time? Didn't know you streamed. Oh, well, I don't know, I sort of like picked it up a while ago. In 2014. I don't really do it that often. I got sort of bored with it for a while and just sort of started coming back to it now that I'm moving next week, I think. Sometime soon. It's just giving me something to do, sort of thing. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something in there. I'm gonna find that, like, maybe at the end there's gonna be something in the trash can and I'm gonna be like, hey, there's probably nothing in there. There hasn't been anything in any of them throughout the entire game. By the way, on top of my rotator cuff being broken, I'm also extremely sick right now. I know how that feels when, like, bloody everything seems to happen all at once. I have a possible RSI in my ankle, which is great. Amogus, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, you're okay. These trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Amogus, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? What do you mean? I'm conventional. Oh gosh. I accidentally clicked on Steam because I wanted to see if there were achievements, and some of the fan art is crazy. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't travelled around much. These islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shapes. The food can't be beat either. It sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. How to get a stream shut down in 6 easy steps. Dox the streamer. But don't dox me. That wouldn't be very nice. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? You should, send the address of the White House just because it would be funny. I mean, I feel like you'd get in trouble from the bot, but I honestly think that would be hilarious. It's like, oh, dox the streamer, you'll shut the stream down. She immediately sends the White House. I already know where you live. Yeah, the White House. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one... The Mirage Express Manual. It's a user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. I mean, you might have my phone number. I wouldn't know. I don't know who I've given it to. If anything, though, it's probably my old phone number. Or my old address. Ham Stream Elements bot is really putting in the work today. And trying to get people to join the Discord. Do you think someone found it on the ground and picked it up? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Mirage Express Manual is added to your inventory. Alright. I think all we've got left to click on is the door and then the people. Let's look at the door. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. I don't know how public records work in Australia. Oh yeah, no, those aren't public record in Australia. You can't get someone's address or their phone number unless they actually list it. So you can't find things like past living records or anything like that. It's entirely because our country has privacy laws and anti-doxing laws. Not even the government is allowed to dox you. Well, I mean, unless you're a sex offender, but, well, that's a whole nother conversation that we're not getting into. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's got to be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. I think we've found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and SBO to find out what really happened. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. Anti-doxing laws are a big deal, yeah. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. Thought you were about to say the government doxed you once. That, you know, given that I said the only time that the government would is if you're a sex offender or higher up governmental employee, I feel like it'd be a bit crazy to say if they did. I mean, I've been in I think it's the yellow pages before, where we have like a directory of phone numbers and shit like that. But I've contacted my phone provider. I no longer get put in those, just because I'm very cautious about my privacy and shit like that. I'm a man of author. I think if you had a knife on you we definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan on this line of thought. Talk. Can you make your chat smaller? It's covering the text boxes. No. I wish I could, but so the box that the chat is on is part of the image of the background of the the border. So everything up here and the chat and everything is all part of one image. I have to go in eventually because I do want to decrease the size of the chat and my webcam, but I have to go in and actually edit the image, which would take way too long. What I could do is put the game on top, but that'd break everything. I don't really particularly want to do that. Actually, you know what I could do? Go in here. Going to game capture. Let's fix this issue. So at least give it a temporary fix. And then we're going to here. Click the image. We disable the image. We move the chat to the bottom right. There we go. Wait for that to load. It's a bit better now. Move recent subscriber. Yeah. Save. Move me down a bit. There we go. How's that? It's a little bit hard to see because of the color of the text, but I can probably fix that and just move Spotify out of my way. Text settings, text color. Let's go completely black. Save. S2. There we go. That's a little bit better. I can probably also align the text. And it doesn't look as great, but oh well. And then we go Z. Wait for it to come through. Is it not going to come through? Do I have like oh, there we go. Oh, like one character is being cut off now. Let's grab the thing. Get a little bit. Oh, never mind. This is. I can make it. So let's move the chat a little bit this way, and that should fix that. For that to come through. There we go. It's a little bit better now. I think I may end up just putting, like getting rid of the border and just putting a very small image behind that. Like a very settings custom. Can I set an image as just no, I can't. Well, that's stupid. I'd have to make a whole new image to do it. Settings. show messages permanently. Theme dark chat. Oh, there we go. Can I edit the background? It's much more transparent. By the way, food poisoning is not fun. Yeah, I've had that before. It's horrible. The only thing it'll let me do is like a transparent chat. So what if I do that? Set it very, very light. Actually, yeah, that works. I can probably set the color back to white now. Yeah, because it'll be more noticeable. Don't eat the suspicious stew. The zombie flesh. But what if I wanted to eat the zombie flesh? You can't stop me because I can't read. I'm actually going to increase that to 20. It's going to be a bit more large and obnoxious, but it works. Oh, and Helvetica, because that's a dyslexia font. And I'm very dyslexic. What's the weird grey box? That's the chat. That's just so it can be seen a little bit better. I don't know why I did the hand movements so it can be seen. It's a perfect hand movement. It's just so you can see it as opposed like on the background, and it's not like hard to see. You actually tried to bring a knife from the train. We've already gone through all this. Can I take your order? Oh yes, please. I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Then why would you show the menu to me? Come on, Among Us, why would you tease him like that? And here I thought I could trust you. You've made a fool out of me. Look, Among Us, you've made him a fool. Come on, Among Us, smooth this over. Now I'm the fool. Yeah. I smooth these things over, but at what cost? Alright, let's start the interrogation. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Among Us and I are here to can you delete it? Nah. It's literally just so you can see the chat. When the stream gets turned into a VOD, it'll be semi-important that people get context, otherwise I just look like I'm talking to myself. Actually, no, that's perfect. Okay then. Yeah, Marcus and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. There we go. I got the word out eventually. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We've prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we're instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rogue entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that. Detective, let the men live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Amogus, could you help me out? Alright, what book? The Express Manual. A manual? You think SPO is reading the instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Oh gosh, I hate this. Damn it. Damn it. Fuck. There we go. There are books scattered around the floor for sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked this manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SBO. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. This is indeed the book I was reading. The Marsh Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Amogus, if you don't mind. Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SBO about the manual to prove you've read it. Which pages should I quiz him on? 362. So, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons and explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Marcus hit him with another one. Oh, okay, which page do I choose? No 69, no 420. That's lazy. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Amogus. Let's see if SBO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha, which page should I pick? 402. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. Remember this, the train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. Poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. These answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can call... What? SBO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I can't believe that I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Amogus? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Amogus, think. Would it be that? Shadow's lock? Please tell. What is it? Let's put our argument together. Okay, so it is the lock. Shit. Crap. I don't have enough. Damn it. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. What? Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. This is absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. Are you comfortable, Mins? I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me that the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Amogus, one that I would love for Espio to solve. You've got to believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. Must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's on to something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? It's weird, because it does feel like Espio is telling the truth, but I know Tails also thinks he's onto something. I'm going to defend Espio. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails, we have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate laid on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? This one. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Ah, shit. Shit. Damn it. I fucked up again. There we go. The library map. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down this straight path, there's a way SPO and Shadow couldn't have seen each other. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Yeah, here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, SBO was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and SPO couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen SPO or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, SPO. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping, despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. But we did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Yay! Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm going to crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rogue, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. And that's our cue to leave. I should see you later. Give him heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. Ugh. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, let's see what's next. Okay. Sure you don't want to stay and look at the great books a little longer? Okay, the investigation continues. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Rogue, there you are. We have a lot to say to you. We've visited every train car so far, and everyone said they've seen you wandering about. It's high time you told us why. My. Talk about a warm welcome. Quick to the point, aren't you, darling? And I see you've brought the microwave master with you. Please don't let that be my legacy. Towels is right. Folks have brought you up a lot. Care to explain? Please. Alright. I've been hunting for a treasure rumored to be stored here on the train. They certainly didn't tell me about treasure in the interview. Since I'm part business tycoon, part purveyor of fine collectibles, I knew I had to find it. Tell them what it is. Alright, what's it about? Wow, that does sound extravagant. But please don't tell me you accepted Amy's birthday invite only to find that egg. A woman can have multiple goals. I gave Amy her birthday present already, so everything's well taken care of. She roped me in on the hunt immediately. I stayed here while she searched the train cars for clues. I deduce that the Fabergé Chaos egg is here, in this train car, locked in a safe. Wait, so the treasure is real? It's actually here? And what did you manage to find, Rogue? Oh well, why don't you both take a look? I found the train's blueprints in the library car, with a safe code written on it. The score of a lifetime. The train's blueprints. Please let us see that. Finders keepers. It's a problem, we need your assistance. Kind of problem. The elevator behind the security guard leads us right to the room holding the Fabergé Chaos Egg. But we're not getting anywhere without the guard's access card. We need a plan to get that card to use the elevator, and our chance of success grows with everyone's help. So you want us to help you steal the Fabergé Chaos Egg? Blaze, you don't have a problem with this? I see no issues here. Sounds like a fine business venture. Her Lockhart must be influencing her decisions here. Either that or breaking the rules must be refreshing for a princess. Do you have an opinion on this? Stealing is for squares. I think the only square here is you, Microwave Master. I must admit, that wasn't the coolest thing I've heard someone say. No, my cool and mysterious reputation, it's crumbling. What? Well, I guess if both Blaze and Amogus are in. Okay, let's get that Fabergé KO egg. KO or Cheo? Hehe, that's the ticket. Happy to have you both on the team. Now we must plan. And I think I might leave it there. Oh, there we go. I hope the stream is at least a little bit enjoyable. See y'all next time. Bye. Oh, wait, shit. Bye.